Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact Blessing the Airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
the biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world. The SBTV Nation.
Oh, definitely.
SBTV Nation is in the house. I am the Dream, along with my boy, the Mad Hatter. What's going on, y'all?
Dream, I got to apologize to everybody for my tardiness, but I did it to myself, and you know what? It gives me only 20 minutes to put my plays in, considering the fact that everything is starting at like 7 o'clock. What's that?
Feeling like Russell Westbrook right now.
Oh, my God, definitely. Listen, you know what? I've been watching all these games in the NBA playoffs. I actually watched a little bit of hockey last night, believe it or not, Dream. And I got to be honest with you, the OKC Thunder need more scoring options. They are never going to be able to compete with the Houston Rockets in that offense.
Dude, we already talked. I mean, listen, I talked about OK Sizzle. You know, Serge Ibaka left, and then obviously Kevin Durant left. And it didn't bring really anything in, you know, to help Russell out. And yeah, Russell's great all season long, and it's dope that he gets triple doubles night in and night out, and he can put up 50. But the bottom line is, if you're going to play, and this holds true for the Rockets too, though, moving forward when they go to play, because they don't have a whole hell of a lot of outside options other than Harden either. But the idea is, hey, let Russell keep it. The average NBA teams score at least 100. So give him his 50. And you know what? We'll throw 20 in for the rest of the supporting cast. We're still going to beat you by 30 points. You know what I mean? When you look at that and you break that down, that's just how it works.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know what? There's, you know, the addition of Nene has been good. And, you know, Patrick Beverley's been hitting some shots. Trevor Ariza. I mean, you know, but...
You did not just Nene me.
What's that?
You did not just Nene me.
He's been pretty aggressive down low, Dream. He's been doing his thing. But listen, they have more scoring options than OKC. They do, period. So that's what's happening. And OKC, you know, towards the fourth quarter, that's when it just all collapses. So, you know what? If anything, you should be probably getting involved with a fourth quarter play right out the gate with the Houston Rockets, especially when they're home.
I'm not going to go crazy. It's 2 games in Houston. I'm not going to go crazy about Houston's scoring options because they've had – I think they have a few – you're right in some respects. I do think that Houston does have a few scoring options at times as far as guys that have good perimeter shooting and can shoot the 3-ball relatively well.
Yeah.
That being said, when those guys do fall off, which you very may well see when this game switches, you know, landscapes over to Oklahoma, then I think you look at Oklahoma City and how they're built, especially inside with Cantor and a couple of their other supporting casts. Mm-hmm. And their inside presence might be a little bit more, you know, potent than what Houston has to offer. So I let's just see what happens game 3 when we switch landscapes over to Oklahoma City, because I think you're going to see a little bit of a different scenario once they get in their own home court. I so happen to think that this game's going to go a whole 7. I mean, the Rockets they only won by 4 points.
Yeah, but you know what? It's just crazy, man. I mean, that first game, they thumped them. You know, and I was watching it go back and forth yesterday. Yeah, I know.
Not till the fourth quarter, though.
Yeah, I got it. I understand that. Yep. Understood. Well,
so I know, and I agree with you. I still kind of think that Houston more than OKC does, But it's not a whole hell of a lot. I mean, it doesn't matter who wins the series. Either one of them is getting blown out the next series, whoever they win, as far as I'm concerned. I don't see either one of them being able to withstand maybe getting swept the next series or just winning one game. But, it's an interesting series to watch if you like offense and if you like shooting from everywhere on a damn court. I mean, this is you watch this game. These guys throw the ball up from anywhere.
Right on. Exactly. And there is just I mean, the threes just fall and they fall and they fall. It just seems like a little bit of a mismatch, to be honest with you, just based on the offenses. I just can't. I just don't like. We just don't have any options as far as OKC is concerned. But we'll see how it all shakes out when it goes to Oklahoma City.
OKC, they need their big men to step up. They need their big men to make a presence down low. They need a little bit of scoring in the post game, and I think they'll be okay. Like I said, though, it doesn't. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter who emerges from this series. It's all a moot point next series.
So you think either the Clippers or the Jazz are going to knock these teams off? Unless it's the 6, does it swap to like play the number one? If the lower seed wins, do they reseed?
Right.
That's a good question.
It does.
It does. Are you sure it's not a bracket?
Don't hold me to that.
It's not a bracket?
It's not a bracket. I don't believe it's a bracket. No.
All right. I'm looking at the bracket. It says NBA playoff bracket right now.
Oh, it is a bracket.
2017. I'm just taking a look at it, guys. Golden State would play the winner of the Clippers in Utah. And, well, you're probably right, Dream, considering the fact that the winner of this series got to play the Spurs.
I'm saying it's a moot point. I don't care who they. To me, it didn't matter who they played. I think all the teams left are better than both these teams because they have several other only because they have a lot of other scoring options.
Oh.
Because you just can't win with one guy.
Right, and the Spurs are one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. So you know what? They will base it. I mean, Harden's a phenom. He's very tough to defend, but I'm sure Pop will have something dialed up just right for James Harden if they emerge, the two teams, being the Spurs versus the Houston Rockets.
But you're saying Harden's a phenom, so do you like Harden more than you like Westbrook?
No, Westbrook is more of a more of a facilitator. Harden's more. I mean, they're both ball hogs. 100%. I mean, Westbrook took every single shot last night. I'm like, dude, come on. And he couldn't make any towards the end, Dream. He was missing wide open threes.
And that's why, like, I respect Russell Westbrook's game. I think he's an immense talent. I cared for Russell Westbrook, though. Okay, and that's just my personal thing. I respect his game, though. And when Kevin Durant took off, I was surprised because I thought, after all the reports, but prior to hearing the reports, I always felt like, Kev might need to get out of there because, like, dude, I always felt that Westbrook was a ball hog.
Sure.
When it used to be Durant and Harden used to be on the team, I thought Westbrook, hogged the ball too much. And him being the point guard, he never was a true point. So that is always bothersome to me. And I agree with you that Westbrook is one of those guys and one of those offensive players that no matter how bad he is, will continue to shoot.
Nonstop. I mean, it's just crazy how it all unfolds, and you see it going.
And now with no other options, it's like even more like just go. Okay, well, go ahead, because you got to now.
Right on, dude. Right on. Exactly. So
you know what I mean? It's like, go get it, play it. Run, play to Westbrook.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do when they must just huddle up and get water because that's what they Gatorade. It's like they don't need to talk about what to do.
You know what, though? The offensive boards have been good for them. They constantly get offensive boards, but it's just the shot selection, and there was contested shots with Westbrook last night that I felt he had no business taking whatsoever. But It is what it is at the end of the day. When you got to pass to Cantor or Adams, that doesn't really leave you too much, Dream.
True, unless you need a mustache.
All right, so talking about the NBA playoffs, it seems like the Atlanta Hawks is going to be a pretty good spot to get when they come home. And I think you could agree with me on that.
Well, issues with the game ones now when it flips. Because I think that from a gambling standpoint and situational spot betting gambling, it's my opinion to watch the next game, okay? And what you're looking for is you're looking for the home team to lose because then you know exactly where to go with game 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I thought the Atlanta Hawks had a really good shot at winning this series, and I still do. The thing is that the Wizards at the end of the game, man, that fourth quarter has been ferocious for them. So, I think Atlanta could actually steal these next 2, and then it becomes a series again, I really do. I really like this Atlanta team.
To me, I think game 4 is just the better game to bet on.
Okay.
Actually, no matter what happens in game 3.
I can respect
because
that.
If you get the home team to win game 3, then you bet game 4 because, okay, well, they're going to want to even it up before they leave. There'll be more momentum. They know they could beat them on their home court. And if they lose game 3, then they don't want to lose. They don't want to get swept.
Yeah.
So they're going to put off total effort in game 4. So to me, game 3 generally is almost always a pass. We're looking at a few game 3. We're looking at game 3s today. As far as the East is concerned. Mm-hmm. And even though I know a lot of people probably like the Milwaukee Bucks because I like them too, I thought Milwaukee was impressive. They obviously won game 1 in Toronto, so they have the series in their favor. So Milwaukee's probably my most attractive look out of everybody. But the other 2 games, I mean, you sit back.
I don't know. The Spurs seem to handle the Grizzlies fine.
I'm going to tell you what, I initially would like the Spurs because I love the Spurs until I'm going to tell you what I don't like about the Spurs. The coach went ham about the officiating in game 2. He said they were unprofessional, and I don't know how the Grizzlies are going to respond based on all the adversity that he created as far as their game 2 is concerned. I know, don't get me wrong, I know the Spurs are dope, and I agree with that 100%, but I don't know, who knows if the officiating sparked an extra edge in the Grizzlies, if you're going to get a different side of Conley now. I know the Spurs are going to come to play for the most part, but I just don't know the additive of what the coach did as far as calling out the referees and making a spectacle about the refereeing in the last game. I don't know how that's going to affect the Grizzlies in this game.
Home team underdog on prime time, brother.
No doubt.
Interesting.
Well, so are the Indiana Pacers.
True. We got 2 situations tonight.
9:30 is not prime time.
Why not? Come on. All right. So, you know what? Going back to it here, let's just take a look real quick as far as the NBA is concerned, because there's been, it's for the most part, nothing really close, Dream. They start out close, and then those teams pull away by 9 or 10 points at the end, It's just been the way it's been going.
Spurs.
With the exception of my boy. What was that you sent me the other day? It's like your boy covering.
Yeah, we were making a joke about something.
I forgot what it was, man. But anyway, we're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers, who just decide that they do not want to cover ever in this playoff situation. But you know what, Dream? The line is modest tonight. So there's
people are hitting me with the Publix on the Pacers, which I'm like, really? Because the Cavs are repeat champions. They got the best player in basketball on them. So I don't know. I mean, like I'm part of the public. I don't like the Pacers.
The public.
I'm just saying. But I don't like the Cavs neither. I just don't like the game. I want to watch the game and see what happens. and then I can make a call on game. I would like to make a call on game 4. I don't love this game tonight for either of the teams.
You want to get right into it?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get right into it and have a conversation about the NBA because we're getting ready to rock here, guys. So let's do it. Let me just switch this up, and we will get ready to get busy, considering the fact that it's coming like right now. So let's do it, man.
His head's getting into it. He's pulling up his
I'm trying to put plays in here, player. All right. Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Indiana Pacers starts in 12 minutes.
12 minutes. And by the way, so does the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Columbus. Pittsburgh closes out that series tonight. Guys, if you get Pittsburgh. That's a wrap. And then if you want to wait and hear the rest of the show, then leave 2 spots open or leave a spot open. But Pittsburgh's a wrap tonight. That's done.
You think so, huh? Because
Penguins are done with Columbus tonight.
You know, the dogs have been barking in the NHL playoff stream. I don't know if you noticed.
Not that series.
I don't know, man. You know, Columbus won the last game.
Pittsburgh, that was their.
I think that's the only series that's going as planned, pretty much, because I'll be honest with you. I mean, I've been looking at it, and a lot of dogs have been coming to form in hockey. A lot of dogs.
A lot have. That one is not, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to win the whole thing, as far as I'm concerned, which I've already talked about. Go get Pittsburgh. Go get it now, please.
Yeah, go get it right now. Yeah, you got 11 minutes before that starts. So you like the Pittsburgh Penguins minus 200 tonight.
Yeah, they're going to close that out. But you could leave it in the open par. You could either do a 1 spot or 2 spot. I also am very comfortable. I'm very comfortable with the Edmonton Oilers winning tonight as well.
Wow.
You can wait for tomorrow for some other games that look more short shot if you don't like that. As far as the Nashville, Chicago, I mean, the play to me is Nashville. I don't know why Nashville would even consider letting Chicago get out of Nashville and give them any type of life, but I have Chicago for the series, so.
All right. Well, you hope that it comes to form here, Dream.
Yeah, I do, but I have no confidence that it's coming to form because I'm real.
Is there any way to hedge that whatsoever to get some money back?
I'm gonna hopefully if I could get Chicago up 2 goals tonight, I'll get into it.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
But okay. I know it's done.
Oh, it sucks. I get it, man. Well, you know what? That's a good way to start basketball off with some hockey. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the NBA. Let's talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers playing the Indiana Pacers. You know what, Dream? This, I agree with you, is a very, very tough spot for both teams, to be honest with you. I mean, when you look at the Pacers, 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games. You know what, guys? Anytime you get a spread of, I want to say 5 or under, 9 times out of 10, the favorite either wins and covers or loses the game outright. It's usually how it goes. I've been doing a lot of homework and research on this. It's actually about 95% of the time. So anytime I get a line that's less than 5, I just laid a number. I don't do the money line. So, because like 1 out of every 20 times it does. It's crazy how it works. So looking at this game, Dream. So the Cleveland Cavaliers playing in a hostile environment in Indiana. Any chance the Pacers steal a game or 2 here?
Well, it wouldn't be a steal. They're home, so I don't think it'd be a steal.
You don't think so?
No. The problem is okay. So I get the perception of public on the Pacers because based on Cleveland's struggle with the Pacers in Cleveland, so now Pacers are home. Pacers should be able to beat the Cavs at home. I get that concept. Mm-hmm. However, I don't necessarily buy it.
Well, when they played in Indiana this year, they beat the Cavs the first game, and then the second game, the Cavs scored 132 points in that building and laid the smackdown on them. So I would assume that the Pacers still remember that beat and Dream. I think they're going to come out gangbusters today. I can't go against the Cavs though.
No, and that beating means nothing to the Pacers. Right now, the Pacers need to be worried about the last 2 beatings that they got, that they should have Maybe
dude,
one
they weren't
game won.
beatings. Those were the closest games on the board here, man. It
No,
was
but I'm just saying, those were losses that they should be. They're not thinking about that loss.
Okay.
Win.
All right. So
They're angry about dropping game 1 and game 2 in Cleveland, which they were both, in both games.
Yeah.
So if anything, they're saying, hey, a couple little adjustments, guys. We're home. We got them on our home court. Let's play the ball. I gotta see Paul George play James Harden, Russell Westbrook tonight and take over.
yeah, right. I get it. Well, Cleveland scores 110 points a game and gives up 107. So believe it or not, it's been, a lot of offense coming out of this team. I'm looking at it, Dream, and there's just nothing that makes me want to take the home team dog here. I can't do it. There's just some that you just don't feel right about. And you know what? Like you said, best player on the planet, you can't mess with him. So going into the next game here, we got the Toronto Raptors at the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Milwaukee Bucks are minus 1.5, under over of 197. And for some reason, I think the Bucks win the game tonight, brother.
And I agree with you. It's not for some reason. It's the Bucks won game 1 in Toronto.
Yep.
The guy with the last name that I'm not even going to try to murder.
Yep.
Is absolutely phenomenal. A phenom. His athletic prowess is unbelievable. But for some reason, has trap written all over it.
Yeah, I could see the Pacers, or not the Pacers, the Raptors coming out and handling business tonight, winning by 8 to 10 points. Yeah.
It doesn't it look like it's too easy?
Well, the line is commensurative of it because they're basically saying that. What this is saying that they're looking at the two teams and saying the Raptors are the better team. And because you should be, if you're an evenly matched team here, you should be somewhere along the lines of, minus 3 to 4 points. But maybe just because of seeding. But I would think that it should be a little bit higher than that, maybe like even 2 to 3, considering the fact that they won the first game. So the 1.5 kind of bothers me a little bit. I think I'm gonna. I really want to take the Bucks, though. I really want to take the Bucks, brother. I do, and I may. It depends. We got a little bit of time before that, but it's at 8:00, so we got an hour and 5 minutes to go before that happens.
You know what? I just want to see something.
What's that?
What was the score? Raptors 106.
Which one?
The
last game?
Game 2, yeah.
They won by 6, and they were tested like late in the third quarter with that game. The Bucks came back and I believe tied it for a little while there.
What I'm looking now at is I'm looking at the points both teams scored in that game, which was 206. Then in the first game, it was 97-83 Milwaukee. 180. That's because I'm looking at that over and under total. So but no.
Yeah, no, nothing there, right?
Nope.
I think I'm going to take a shot with the Bucks. It's cheap, whatever. I'll lay to 1.5. I'll get it down to 1, whatever. But I think I'd even money. You got a home team that has been clearly equivalent, if not better, than the other team. I got to do it, Dream. I got to take the Bucks. I do.
The thing that's crazy, though, I am going to just mention the Bucks' home record and the Raptors' away record are identical. Now, I know this is different. This is the playoffs.
Yep.
But keep in mind, the Raptors are not a bad road team.
No, not at all. So we'll take a look at that. All right, so let's go over to the third game here, which I think it's going to go a certain way here. I could see the brooms coming out. There's just two clearly superior and inferior teams. You got the San Antonio Spurs at the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis plus 3.5, under over of 188. Home team underdog, primetime Dream, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't. The Spurs love this. This matchup's perfect for them.
Well, I talked about it prior to it going down. It was Spurs.
Yep.
Okay, I mean the Grizzlies, the way they play, it's perfect for the Spurs. The only thing is, we did get some emotion implemented into this game. We got some adversity implemented to this game, and we have a little tiny bit of drama implemented into this particular game because it's the game after the coach goes ham on the referees.
Right. And
that particular additive, I just don't know what's going to happen. And the Grizzlies are home. There's some pride there. You know, they're going to be out. Comedy's dynamic. They've got some scoring options. You know, they've got a great, stellar home record. Don't get me wrong, the Spurs away record is better.
Yeah.
We know who the San Antonio Spurs are. We know they're awesome. But here's the deal, though. It ain't going to kill the Spurs to drop one of these games.
No.
They know they're going to beat them.
I
They know
agree.
they're going to win the series.
Yeah, I agree. Especially they have home court. They won the first two handily.
No doubt. I mean,
yeah, I could see it like, yeah, we'll get them next time. You know, something like that. You know what I mean?
It just bothers me. That's why I can't. I gotta leave this one alone.
And I understand it and agree with you.
Okay,
it's tough.
man.
It's tough to do it. So the only play I got here is the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks.
And here we go. Here's the thing, though, with this game. If the Grizzlies win, first, as far as I'm concerned, game 4.
Yeah, I could see that. And if they drop that one, then you could clearly.
And if the Grizzlies lose, you go ham on the Grizzlies game 4. That's why I think you stop. You don't even play this game, and you watch it, and you'll know exactly what to do for game 4.
You just said go ham on the Grizzlies. I don't think
well,
so.
not go ham. Go.
I think you better refrain from saying that.
Go beef.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So that's going to do it for the NBA, and we already basically touched on hockey. We talked about those series. Unless you got any other final notes as far as hockey is concerned.
Well, yeah, I got a couple of final notes. First of all, I do like the Canadians as well tonight. I think the Canadians beat the Rangers tonight. The Rangers, I think, are going to lose that series. That's my opinion.
Okay.
You know, the Canadians got it at 2-2. They got it back on their ice. One in New York. I thought New York was going to have any opportunity to win this series. They had to prove themselves in New York, and they didn't. I see the Canadians winning this series, and I see them winning tonight.
All right.
I talked about the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think they're going to win the whole Stanley Cup. I think they're going to murder the Blue Jackets tonight. That's a wrap. I think that series is done. Okay? The Predators, you guys know I'm rooting for the Blackhawks. The Predators would be out of their mind to let the Blackhawks skate out of Nashville tonight with a win to give them any life. It's going to be bad. We do know that the Blackhawks do have the dynamic scoring of Taves and Kane, who have not been able to be a factor in this series. Yep. They needed the guys around them to come alive, and they're just not getting any of that support. So, you know, Nashville, I don't blame. If you're going to take Nashville tonight, I can't blame you, and I can't talk you off of that. I think that's a solid play. I honestly think it's a solid play because Nashville has to end this series tonight. Do not give the Blackhawks any hope, because if you give them some hope, you're going to end up, you know, being just feeling sorry for yourself, because they could come alive. So you do not want to give them life and go back to Chicago and end up with a mess on your hands. So Nashville needs to get that done tonight. And as far as the Edmonton Oilers, I do believe that Edmonton does win against the Sharks. They put the Sharks down. I talked about the Sharks goalie play. It actually improved a little in this series, but they haven't been able to get any scoring. I believe that the Oilers will get scoring tonight. They'll rebound off of their loss. I got the Oilers winning tonight, and that's it for the hockey.
All right, sounds good. So going to go over to the baseball diamond real quick. Just want to kind of point something out, guys, that I have been watching underdogs, and I've been watching a lot of underdogs come to form. It's been a little over 50%, and I'm talking underdogs that are plus 150 or better, Dream.
Right.
Didn't have the balls to bet against Kershaw last night. I wasn't doing it. Saw that kind of blinking at me, but didn't end up doing it. I just couldn't do it. But I'm looking at a couple of. Have you got a chance to watch Chris Sale this year?
No.
Kid, front runner for the Cy Young. Absolutely insane.
Oh, that's all. But Chris Sale comes out the gate dope every year. That's how he was last year, remember? Yeah,
but it's like, I mean, it's the weather's okay here in the East Coast, but it's going to get nice and warm here, brother. I don't know. I think he's going to do pretty damn well. So, but the thing is, he's going to be.
Sizzle was absolutely gangbusters last year. Mm-hmm. and then all of a sudden he had that jersey debacle.
Yeah, right.
And it was a wrap.
I don't know. Maybe he needed to be on the hill in Boston because, I mean, he's the number one trending thing on Twitter right now. Chris Sale. 3 straight double-digit strikeout games, bro.
I remember when Sizzle was. I remember being in Costa Rica with Sizzle, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
put being the number one trending thing on Twitter.
Remember that? That was the worst. And they played the New York Yankees. Wow. In 102 pitches, 80 strikes with 29 batters. So he's only throwing, what, 20% balls? Something like that? Insane. Sick. So the guy's doing really well, guys. So that line is going to keep jumping and jumping and jumping. So you know what, Dream? We almost hope that he has a collapse because we'll be hitting those dogs when he does. Plus 165, plus 170s, plus 175s. So anyway, guys, moving on here. I'm just taking a look at the baseball card. There was a couple of games during the day already where the Angels lost to the Houston Astros again, Dream. So Houston's 10-5. That's one of Dan's top picks this year. It's the Houston Astros.
And you know I like that Astro team.
I know you do. That's your Astros, your Houston Astros. So, you know what? I'm looking at the rest of it here, and I just don't see anything that's tickling my fancy tonight.
Mets, Phillies?
I may take a shot with the, believe it or not, you might hate this, but I may take a shot with the Phillies plus 166. I got 7 minutes to do it. Just because if you get close in that game towards the end and you're in a parlay, I mean, your parlay pays incredible, especially if you put it with the Bucks, and the Bucks are handling. I mean, it's got to be, Dream. It's got to be 5 or 6 to 1. So I may take a shot and put them together just to try to get something going here. But that's where I'm at, man. I may take the Philadelphia Phillies and the Milwaukee Bucks. If I put the two together, it pays 4 to 1, 405 on $100. Not bad.
Dude, that's no. I mean, and I know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am struggling with these baseball players and $1 million guys with blisters.
Yeah.
Going on the DL. I can't. I kind of can't with that. But whatever. But you got Noah Syndergaard on the mound for the Mets, Brian.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about Syndergaard. I know he'll do his thing, but hey, listen, maybe it'll punch me in the face. But you know what? The Phillies. What was it? Last night or the night before? The Phillies came back, man, and won the game. And it was the night before. It was on the 18th. And pop fly, like a routine fly ball. And the Mets missed it, let the Phillies tie it, and the Phillies ended up winning the game 6-2. So, hey,
what about the trash, baby? Trash is on the mound tonight.
Any inter-division matchups that I can get plus 150 or better, I usually like taking a shot with those.
Did you hear me?
What's up?
The trash is on the mound.
Trashner?
Trashner.
Ooh, yeah. Man, I just don't trust the Royals, to be honest with you. You know, Royals are 7-7 on the year, 2-4 away. This Texas Rangers team needs a win in the worst way. Dream 5-10 on the season. Ugh. You know what? Can't do it. Not tonight. If the Texas Rangers were winning a little bit, maybe I'd consider it. But they need a win bad. They got to come out like gangbusters here. So I'm not going to take that. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. So, you see any baseball diamond stuff that you'd be interested in getting involved in, player?
Yeah, that would be a negative.
No score first inning? Well, come on. Guess some.
No, not tonight.
Nah, man, take the Bucks. Take the Bucks. I like the Bucks, and I know that you're on the big hockey play.
Believe it or not, you know what I do like, and I am going to say this on the program. I do like for some reason, I like the over in the Cavs-Pacer game. That over is calling me. I don't know why.
Okay. Take a shot.
Cash Jackson pissed because he likes the Oakland A's. I saw the Oakland A's there. I don't know enough, so but he likes the Oakland A's. So I'm just passing that along to the listeners.
All right, sounds good, man.
Credence. What are you on as far as you got any comments about Hernandez?
No, I did read that, and this is absolutely so morbid and crazy, but so I read this. They said that he was like, if you die, like if you're during like an appeal period, if you die, then you're technically you die a not guilty man. Okay, so I don't know if you read this or not, Dream. It's really interesting. So what that means is that if he didn't violate the law, then he's still in contract with the Patriots, owed $15 million on the contract. So he had three suicide notes, so maybe this comes from this. But his daughter is the next of kin. So what that means is that he probably looked at his life. And, I mean, I could be wrong. This is all an assumption. I read this, actually a couple places. They're saying that he killed himself to get acquitted and leave his daughter all that money, make sure she was set up.
Is there no suicide clause?
That I don't know. That's a great question.
That'll probably need to be investigated if there's a suicide clause or not.
Yeah, maybe types of death or something, But
that would be obviously when somebody dies, you're never happy, you're never that stoked that they died or whatever. But maybe I don't know. Wait.
It's a crazy thing, right? So there was 3 suicide notes left by him. So I'm sure he references that. If this is the talk around the campfire, I mean, unless people are, making up fake news like CNN and stuff. But I'm just saying, Dream, that fake news. Come on.
Stop.
Ready for some Trump talk? No. I'm just saying that. I think that it came from somewhere. That came from somewhere. So maybe his lawyer is so dope that saw that in the contract and said, by the way, if you kill yourself, your daughter's all set. You never know, Dream.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe if he asked him, that, if I die in jail, he probably put it like that. That's what I mean, guys. I know it sounded crazy, but if for some reason something happens to me, what happens? Go kill yourself, Dream, so I get paid.
Yeah.
that's messed up. That's a messed up story, guys. But hey, it is what it is, and he's no longer.
That has got to be. I mean, when you think, and I've been there, suicide, but just been there where you think your life's messed up and things are bad. If you look at that situation, though, I mean, not that it's gonna. Okay. I just want to put this right. It's just letting you know that other people have a problem in this, bad things go on in life, or worse than your own situation. So sometimes you can look at some other person and say, well, at least my life's not that bad.
Right.
Better about that's all I'm getting at. Which sounds crazy too, but
I get it. Well, Dream, you know what? Speaking of the NFL, they're releasing their schedule today.
I know.
So that's going to be kind of dope. So let's put it,
the Pats opened up against Kansas City Chiefs.
Really?
Oh yeah, I believe that's what I saw. I think I also saw New Orleans Saints. I don't know that that's a big deal, but yeah, they did let out their schedule.
Can't wait for football, brother.
They need to get rid of Thursday night football.
I think Monday night is the one you get rid of. Or Sunday.
I like Monday night.
Even Sunday night, dude. You like Sunday night, though, don't you?
I love Sunday night.
Last chance to gamble?
Love Sunday.
See, Thursday sets you up for a great weekend or a chase weekend. It's one or the other, So I could understand.
You know what, dude? There's no more even last chance to. That's all. I mean, I know there's some guys out there still messing with a book, which I don't know why, as we talked about against that. There's no more of that. Remember, I used to live by those days too.
Yeah, right.
It's no more of that. So it's never a last chance.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, back in the day, remember that? Like on Tuesday, you had to see the bookie.
Tuesday, you had to see the book, and then your guy. I love when your guy would make you put your play in at 1:00. Your Sunday night game. Oh, I got a christening later on tonight, so I'm gonna need the Sunday.
Dude, bitter memories there, brother. Oh my God, I remember getting thousands of dollars out of the bank. Oh my God, brutal.
The worst was going to see your guy.
Oh.
And you're like cringing, hoping that your wife does not look into the savings account.
Dude, oh my God. You know what? Those days are long gone, man. Listen, guys, if we could save anybody from doing that, please don't do it. You know what I'm saying? My life is so much less stressful
Online,
now.
as far as I'm concerned, online is a way not only it's just a controlled. It can control you because you're not betting what you don't have.
Yeah, right on. You're betting with what you do have. So you know what? You put $500 online. You play with that till you lose it. If you lose it, hopefully you don't. Hopefully you grow it. But you know what? You're not playing on credit. Credit's the worst.
Playing on credit.
Unless you take all your credit cards and put deposit for days. And then play with that.
Don't even recommend that.
No, of course not. I know. So that's pretty much going to do it, man. Unless you got anything else.
Hey, I got nothing else, man. I'm glad that we just talked about this and it did a little scary going back in the days as far as gambling is concerned. I want to wish everybody good luck and be careful out here tonight. I want to thank everybody that retweeted the show and got down with us. We apologize for getting on to the late start. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be back on. We didn't get a lot of retweets, which I get it. I mean, we came on a bad time. So Terrence Mack, 9261, Jose Del Rosario, Kid, Rex Sports Solution, Paul Howard, Cass Action Bets, Fast Eddie 72. So many more. I know guys will listen to us later and tomorrow and overnight and whatever. So it's all good. We really thank you guys for the support.
Sounds good, guys. And happy 420 to you, all of you. Happy 420, Dream. Because it's here. So, all right, guys, we're going to get up out of here. We are the SBTV Nation here on a Thursday night getting ready for the playoffs. The puck has dropped, I believe, in the first game, which is in Pittsburgh, and the ball has been tipped in Indiana. So, good luck tonight. And whatever it is you do, guys, enjoy yourself and get that money. Let's go.